Hi, it's Rachel here from Off.road.cc, and we're at the cycle show at the NEC today. So it's trade day, so we get early access to have a look at some cool bikes. We're going to check out the best mountain bikes and gravel bikes at the show this year. So that's the 2019-2020 bikes, and find out what's the most exciting thing that we've got here. The first cool bike that we made a beeline for at the cycle show this year was the new Kinesis Rise e-bike. So we got wind of this new e-bike from Kinesis on the morning of the show, and it certainly didn't disappoint. It's got a lightweight Fowler drive system, so that's a 400 watt motor and a 250 watt hour battery, 2090 wheels, comes with a 130mm fork, and it's got some pretty progressive geometry too. So think a 485mm reach on a large size bike with a nice and short 440mm seat tube and 170mm dropper post to match. The e-bike, like any other e-bikes, has 3 power modes. You can get up to an estimated 55km range using a mixture of its power modes, and there's also a backing plate so you can take out the battery and part of the motor in one unit when you don't want that e-assistance. We've got an in-depth look at this bike over on Off-Road now, so if you pop along to the site at www.off.road.cc and stick Kinesis in the search bar, then you'll find that straight away. For the moment, we can tell you there'll be 2 specifications of this bike. There's a GX Eagle one for £3,500 and one with Shimano SLX for £3,200. They'll be available for pre-order in October, and if you buy one, you can expect delivery in December. The second brand new bike we saw at the cycle show was the quietly launched Levesque Contour. So this is a brand new cross-country bike from the brand, and those of you that are into your tie road bikes will recognise the brand, but for some mountain bikers this might be rather new to you. This is the first mountain bike that this brand have produced. It's a 29er cross-country hardtail. It's tie, of course, keeping in theme with the rest of bikes from them. It's got internal routing and some cool shaped tubes. It's not cheap though. The frame will cost around £2,200 and then work up from there depending on your spec options. As you can see here, this one comes with the RockShox Civ fork, and that fork alone is nearly £1,000, so not a cheap bike, but it looks pretty cool. Still on the Levesque stand, we took a look at their jack. So this is predominantly an all-road bike, but the guys on the stand say that it could also fit 38C tyres and make a great gravel bike. The reason we took a look at this bike is because it has a really neat version of internally routed dynamo powered lights, so front and rear, which looks like it might make an awesome expedition or long distance gravel race bike. Moving on, and something quite different but still in the gravel market, we looked at the Bombtrack Beyond Junior. So if you've got a little shredder that wants to join you on your overnight bikepacking trips, then this might just be the bike for them. It's a 24-inch wheeled kids drop bar bike, which looks perfect for getting off the beaten track and into an awesome bivvy spot. The Beyond Junior retails at £1,000. It gets child-friendly controls, a 1x drivetrain, and can also be spec'd with custom Apogura bike bags, exactly like the ones you see here. The next bike that we went to take a look at is the Ribble HT725. So Ribble visited us at Off-Road HQ a couple of weeks ago to drop off an HD TI hardtail, so that's the titanium version of this hardtail bike. And at the time they hinted that there'd be a still version of the same bike soon. It turns out it was launched at the NEC cycle show. So this bike gets the same geometry as the HD TI and also keeps the same frame details too, including internal cable routing and a cool Ribble logo at the top of the seat stays. It comes in grey only, but then you can choose the colour of the purple parts that you see here in either blue, green, orange, yellow, red or purple anodised parts. The price for the frame is £750 with full builds starting at just £12.99, and that's a SRAM SX bike with a dropper post included. Heading over to Calibre Bikes, the main man there, Mike, had lots to talk to us about. We caught up about the new Calibre bus nut. That revamped bike gets all new geometry, including a slacker head angle and a longer reach. It also gets new components such as SRAM SX 12 speed, which, given the £1,100 price tag, we think this will put the bike up onto a lot of people's must-buy lists. Next to that new bus nut on the stand was the Calibre Triple B. It's a bike with the same geometry as a bus nut, but you get a KS dropper post, a boost fork, a better shock, guide RE brakes and a SRAM dub bottom bracket, and wider tyres too, for £400 more. That bike retails at £1,500 and was launched at the show. Elsewhere, there are new hardtails. There's a Line 10 and the Line 29. So the Line 10 is a 650B hardtail which looks decently long and slack and has a low £850 price tag. The Line 29 is pretty much the same bike but with 29er wheels and a similar spec to include a RockShox Recon fork and a dropper post, and that's priced modestly too at $899. There were also two drop bar bikes on show. The yet to release road bike is called the Lost Lad and is a 650B plus road machine for a very reasonable $399. Then there's the Dark Peak gravel bike, which also gets a revamp and a new price too of $499. Last up, Calibre also launched their first e-bike, the Kinetic. The bike gets a Denmark-made Promovec hub motor, 250 watts, and a battery, 317 watt-hour, with a Shimano 8-speed and 100 mils of travel. It's got geometry based on the brand's 2 Cubed, and that all comes in for £950. Last but not least, we visited the White stand. So they've just released an e-mountain bike, the E150, and it seems they're not stopping there. This next bike is the White Gosford e-gravel bike, and we saw this in both this drop bar version and a flat bar version. It gets a 1000 motor with a 250 watt-hour battery, so that's the same as the Kinesis e-bike that we spoke about earlier, only this one has the bar remote to use to change those power modes. It comes with 650B by 47C tyres, so some pretty chunky rubber, and has a 70-degree head angle. It's a full SRAM Rival group set, including hydraulic brakes, and comes in at $3,499, which seems like a pretty good price for a pretty cool bike. We're going to do a full first look at this bike later on this week, so make sure you check back on the site for that. So that's everything that we found that's exciting at the cycle show. There's loads that we've got coming up on the site, so we'll have a review of that Ribble HTTI and then hopefully their steel bike. We're looking more at the Kinesis and a first look, and also that gravel bike that's a gravel e-bike from White, so make sure you check back on the site soon for those, and thanks for watching.